And okay, we'll start again. Morning everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison and today we'll be going over the markets, looking at Bitcoin chart. We're just about to hit that 9,000 level. Are we going to break through it in the next hour or so? We'll kind of take a look at the chart, looking at a couple of news stories as well, and all the charts you want to look at as well. And we're going over the market. First of all, I'm just going to see if we're live or not, just to make sure everything is okay. Looks okay. Does it sound okay? Sounds okay. I've got a couple of people in just now, so I'm just going to dive over to the chat area just now, 1 wee second, and I will get over there, see who's in the house. We have Donny Don Matthews in the house. Welcome back to you. Ben Polgardi, welcome back. Good to see you. Haven't seen you for a while. Ben is saying, morning everyone. Happy to be back after nearly a year-long break from crypto trading. Great to see this community still going strong. Excellent. Welcome back, Ben. Good to have you here, mate. David Schwartz is in the house. Welcome to you, buddy. We have Kundalini 2222 is in. Morning, guys. Gordy Boy is in. Kundalini, obliterate those likes. Thanks very much, mate. ETH1 is in. Mitch Dieter has joined us as well. And no doubt we'll be getting a few more people in. I've just posted it in the groups. If you want to join a free group, there's a link down below to join the free group. And I'll be opening up the premium group later on this month. JC Standers back with us. Good to see you here. Honest Crypto Journey is here. Hi, Stuart. I sent you a message last week. I don't know if you got it or not. Chris Cash is in. Gary Permenta is in as well. Just thinking about your videos there. Great times ahead. Steve, yes, indeed. I think so. Crypto Knowledge Alliance, a very own Jimbo, and one of our Brown admins, as well as having his own channel, as well as being on Altcoin Buzz as well. Good to see you. We have Crypto Dread is in the house all the way from Florida as well. Good to see you here. Okay, we'll dive over and see what's going on in the marketplace. I was looking at Constellation again this morning. Okay. Right. We have an overall market capitalization of $245 billion. $245 billion. That's brilliant. What the big thing for me is the Bitcoin dominance has gone down slightly, which is really good to see. That means the alts are going up at the same time as the Bitcoin price has gone up as well. And this is how we know, or when we know we're kind of in a bull run, when those two kind of go up at the same time. They're kind of going up just now, but we don't want to get too complacent. We've been here before, just be cautious. But Bitcoin dominance is down to 66%. And we have a Bitcoin price of 8,924. I suspect it's gone up since then. And so all the major alts are going up in dollar value. So we'll have a look in dollar value first. Who's the winners and losers? We have Ethereum Classic. Been speaking about that for a while. It now is at number 13, up 30%. Monocoin is up 26%. Matic Network has started to move again at 17%. Chainlink has started to move again as well. Cosmos, NEM, Bytecoin, Tezos, Icon, Decred, Ardor, IOTA, EOS, all in double-digit greens. Hedge Trade as well. Nexo is up. Zcash, Grin, Eternity, all in double-digit greens. So a lot of greens today in dollar value. We've only got a few reds, probably about 20%, well 15% in the red, 85% in the green. Swipe is down 11%. Centrality, Celia, Ogre, Bitcoin Gold, Rift Token, Electronium, all down as well, but not by that much, to be honest. A couple of stable coins as well in there. Okay, but let's look at Satoshi value. So we're still, this is the kind of main thing for me. Satoshi value is still going up as well. You can see that it's not as much. You've probably got about 60% in the green, 40% in the red in Satoshi value. But not even 40%. Yeah, maybe 35% in the red, 65% in the green. So that's a good sign that people are actually buying the projects here. So it's not just because the Bitcoin price has gone up in dollar value. So I just wanted to point that out as well. So it's a good thing that that's happening. Okay, we'll go to the biggest gainers and losers. We've seen some of them. We'll just refresh this and see what's happening. Tachyon Protocol. That's something out of Star Trek. 80 up 89%. FutureX is up 76%. Vector Space AI. VXV, I actually looked at that the other day. I think somebody kind of mentioned that the other day and I looked at it. And it actually looks not bad. Up 55%. Liquid Apps is up 54%. Super Bitcoin up 51%. EOS, PEOS is up 50% as well. So nothing real much happening over the $50,000 range. 7 days, Coin is up 738%. GameStars we've taken a look at, 602. FutureX 351. Coin, which has been around for ages now, 232%. Mekon Cash, Bitcoin SV is up 159. Zap, and we've seen these as well. Dash up 140%, which is amazing. Kind of called that the other day and just called it just the right time, literally by a couple of hours, and just caught it. So there's a lot up in the 100%. So over the last 7 days, Bitcoin Diamond, 0x Bitcoin, Nasdaq Coin, Message, Acute Angle, Vector Space AI, all up by 100% or more. So there's still opportunities in the marketplace just now. Crypto bubbles we'll take a look at. Oh, the Fear and Greed Index, sorry. Where's Crypto bubbles? I must have missed that out. Fear and Greed Index, still 54, still neutral. Not being greedy, not being too fearful either. We'll take a look at Crypto bubbles because I always take a look at it. And we'll go for the last 24 hours first of all. So this is Satoshi value. There's only a couple, Sealy, SXP, and BTG all kind of down. Ogre down as well. And we'll go to USD value. You can see it's mostly in the green. That's because Bitcoin has gone up. But as we said, if you look at the Satoshi value, it's still mostly in the green. That's because people are starting to buy the alts now as well as Bitcoin. We'll go to the hourly. And we'll see Satoshi value. Probably it's 50-50, I would say. We've got the big ones there. Matic, XAM, Link, Grin, all up. You can see 4 big bubbles there. But yeah, I'd say kind of 50-50. And we'll look at dollar value. Turns slightly green. So that means Bitcoin is outpacing the growth and Satoshi value of these coins as well. And we'll look at the TIE. This is the sentiment. So sentiment is going down slightly for Bitcoin. So it's down to 46.67. So kind of middle of the road. There for Bitcoin. Ethereum is up to 64.28 in sentiment, and this is all the tweets that have been kind of tweeted about Ethereum, Bitcoin, and all these other ones, and they're kind of extrapolating the positive language and the negative language and giving it a score. And it's actually, it looks it's quite good when you look at sentiment based trading as well. Litecoin is up to 56, EOS is 69, XRP 51.44. A lot of people are expecting XRP to go up in dollar value purely because Bitcoin price has gone up in dollar value. Binance coin 55.39, that's up to $17.89. Tron is up as well. And Bitcoin SV and Bitcoin Cash as well. Okay, we'll look at the coins, some separate coins, see what's high. Atom 85.52. Up 240% on relative trading volume. It's up 16% already though. Ethereum, I think that could be a good one to look in. It's high on the sentiment score. It's only up 4.96% just now. RLC is another good one. That's kind of gone up 25% since I called it the other day as well. Since come back down. It did hit 7,000 Satoshi. It's come back down. I do think it's going to hit 10,000 Satoshi. So high up on the daily sentiment score. So that could be a good opportunity to get in there. Skycoin as well. Monacoin, 1,000% relative trading volume. It's up 19%. Holochain, still sitting at between 8 and 9 Satoshi. I've called that the other day as well. One last time, I think I'm going to call it. Before it goes into that basket of goodness knows what's going on with it. Ogre is still up as well. It's down 9.85% at the moment, but had a good run up. What else is doing well? Decred is up already as well. Chainlink, 219% volume, up 17% though. What is not up yet? So nothing much to kind of write home about there. We'll just dive over to chat area, see who else is in. Bempo Garda, good to see you. It's good to have you back, mate. We have Kundalini, Cosmos now on Coinbase and staking coming. Yeah, I've seen that the announcement for it being on Coinbase as well. Martin Gakir is in the house. Stephen King is in the house as well. Kundalini, Bobak token has been launched. Excellent. Tim Gash, I'm hoping a 10k BTC sends the FOMO crazy and brings more new money in. Well, there's evidence to prove, there's evidence to show there's new money coming in the form of institutions. A lot of people have been talking about it, but they've not seen evidence for it. Well, we've got a kind of news story today that kind of provides that evidence. John Graham is in the house. Welcome to you. James, Oklahoma, one of our Brown admins, is in the house as well. Welcome to you. London Bobby is in. Good morning, Steve. Exciting times ahead. It looks like it just now. Very positive just now. So, having said that, we'll go over to Binance. See what's going on over there. Oh, what's happened to Cocos? Cocos down 6 and 7. That could be a good opportunity to jump in between 6 and 7. That's the lowest it's ever been. So that might be an opportunity there, but I don't know if something's happened there. We've got Len down as well. Hot is down 7 and 8. Well, that's kind of scuppered what I was thinking as well. I thought we were going to have one last run, and we still might have a run on Waltonchain, but that's a shame. It was sitting between 8 and 9. It's now sitting between 7 and 8, and that's the lowest it's been. So it'd be one last chance saloon here to get in on Hot before kind of just pushing it to the side altogether and never to be traded again. I think it's very much in danger of that just now. Okay, so we're looking at the tops here. We've got Ethereum Classic still going up just now. It's looking really good, Ethereum Classic. And we'll look at the charts later on. We kind of seen the daily crossover. I spoke about it back in December when I said it was going to jump up, and it's doubled. It's went up 100%. And kind of said that was going to happen. It was going to go up to here, round about the 11,000 area. It's done that already, come back down. So we've got that cup and handle, perfect formation. Probably come back down a wee bit, then go back up. But looking good for Ethereum Classic just now. Link has just jumped up there as well. I see up to 30,000. Satoshi again, nearly a $1 billion market cap. It's gone up. That crossed over the other day as well, around about the 27,000 level. Atom is up. Matic is up as well. Just be interesting to see what's going to happen with Matic. Is that the IEO is going to come back up? Yeah, it's not really a big move. It's just bouncing off a local bottom there, around about the 175 area. So that could be a good one to get into actually. XEM, ICX is up. Any interesting ones? ZRX, 5.4%. So mostly focusing on kind of Bitcoin price, but still good to see all the alts. We've only got about 2-3 pages in the red on Binance. Kucoin, what's happening on Kucoin? And just see Ethereum Classic as you'd expect, Atom, XEM, Decred, XTZ as well. So we'll go to the main market. BPRO, and kind of looked at that the other day. And that's up 20%. Or somebody mentioned that the other day. Why did they mention it? Bet protocol, yeah, 461,000. Yeah, I'd kind of listed that in the Kucoin projects. I believe that was listed in the Kucoin projects. It could go up by 100% this year over the next couple of months, and it's starting to move already, which is good. And I think that I can't remember who mentioned Bet protocol, but it must have just been kind of recently listed on Kucoin. MAP is up 13%. SpendCoin is up. That's another one that was listed in there as well. And if you don't know about that, you can go back and look at the video for the list of coins that are going to go up on Kucoin. Spend has gone up to 20 before coming back down. This is on a weekly, so we'll go to the daily. Yeah, so the last couple of days it's doing well. It did get up to 20, came back down again, but I still think it's going to do well. Ocean is starting to move again. Grin, Bax is up to 375 again. So it's still moving. It's still kind of holding its own just now. So I'm just wondering if they do have something more than just the app. IOST, TEL, KNC. KNC we looked at yesterday as well. Let's jump back to chat. Honest Crypto Johnny, sorry, just saw your message and info is now there for you. Cheers, mate. Appreciate that. Omar is in the house. Welcome to you. Sokchia Engov is in. London Bobby, I saw my wink for Link. LOL, excellent. I've still got my wink. I've still got that. Omar, have you signed up to the BABB beta app, Steve? No. Registration closes today at 5 PM. Beta releases week following February 12th. No, I haven't signed up for it. Won't be signing up for it either. Donny Don Matthew, Steve, what are your thoughts on dumping Seller and taking a risk with Hollow? Or do you see moves coming in Seller soon? I do see moves coming in Seller soon more than I see moves coming in Hot, because we've been here with Hot before, with Waltonchain before, so many times. As I said, it's very, very close to going into that basket of just never to be traded again. Same with Dent and Pundix. Goddy Boy, Matic just got added to Coinbase Pro. Yeah, I seen the news yesterday for that. Somebody else mentioned it earlier on. But, oh sorry, Matic just got added to Coinbase Pro. I do apologise. It wasn't Matic, it was another one we were talking about. I didn't know that. Matic just got added to Coinbase Pro. Or did we? I can't remember. There's that much news I've been kind of looking at over the last week. So thanks for sharing that though. Right, we'll go to the Bitcoin chart. Where are we? 8,925. So it's kind of trying to get to there. Has it got it yet? It touched 9,000, came back down again. I think we're going to break through the 9,000 barrier. This purple line here is the 200-day moving average. So it's touching that and gone up. We're still really bullish. And lots of bullish indicators here for Bitcoin. We're staying above this previous resistance line, which is in that kind of down, descending channel that we're in. We're staying above that. We've been above that for the last 3 days now. So that's an extremely bullish sign. We're crossed over on the daily, 70 EMA crossing over on the 50 EMA, which is an extremely bullish sign for me as well. We're broken out of this channel as well. We're broken out of the symmetrical triangle that we were in, a long-term symmetrical triangle, broken out of that. Very, very bullish as well. We'll go to the weekly to look at Bitcoin. And come down and we'll zoom in. So you can see here quite clearly we have crossed over. We've got a crossover in the 70 EMA and the 50 EMA as that green kind of crossover is even more prominent now. So if this can hold until the end of the week, until Sunday, then we should see a real confirmation of that crossover. So we just want another candle formation there before we see confirmation, because this could all come tumbling back down again and that crossover would not happen. So there's only ever been 3 or 4 occasions when the weekly on the 70 EMA has crossed over the 50 EMA, crossed over here back on the 6th of May 2019, and before then it crossed over 2nd of November 2015 and down here in 2012. So 2012, 2015, 2019, and looks as if it's going to cross again in 2020. So only 4 times in the history of Bitcoin has it crossed over. And we'll just BTC USD, we'll just see if there's another one. Poloniex, we'll go to, no, that's Terra. I think that's the longest. Yeah, I think it's Bitstamp is going to be the longest one. Coinbase, how far back does that go on 215? Bitfinex might go back further. Nope. BTC USD, so it is Bitstamp that's going back the furthest to 2011. Brave actually. Far back does that go? 2010, so Brave, I forgot about that one. We've not got the EMA there. So settings for the EMA. So that's the 7. Style was green. So you've got the weekly crossing over there, crossed over there. I'll take that out actually. And take this out. That's something else I was looking at. Crossed over there back in 2015, as I said. And yeah, it was a crossover back in 2012. So I'll just get rid of these. Back in 2012, yep, so that's right. And what's this one? That's that moving average, 200 moving average, that's on a weekly, so we're above that already. On the daily, it'll be a wee bit different. Yeah, we're still just under that. on the daily, this 200 moving average, which a lot of people will see as bullish. And it's saying 8,719 for that. So I don't quite understand that. But if we go to BTC USD here in Bitstamp, 8,914. So it still looks really bullish. There's not a lot of bearish indicators at the moment, apart from this 9,000 level. So if we're looking at 9,000 level, we're looking at that 200 MA. It looks as if it's still using that as resistance just now. If we broke over that, then we're looking at probably 9,200, then a leg up to $10,000 there for Bitcoin. And it could jump quite quickly. Now these are the projections I've got here. These little green lines here, I've taken that from historically from 2015 to 2017 just to show you what happened there. So we could go up in February. By the end of February, we could really go up to $13,000 for Bitcoin before coming back down again to 9,000, 10,000, then going back up. So it's going to be a topsy-turvy ride. But we've been here before. We're old hats at this. As well, but there's a lot of kind of bullishness around Bitcoin just now, and a lot of bullishness around the altcoins as well just now, and we're seeing some of the altcoins doing well. If you want to look at any charts, let me know in the comments area, so I'll look at a couple of charts after I look at the news as well. Yeah, what are your thoughts on dump and sell? We looked at that. Crypto Knowledge Alliance. Link and Matic could both explode today, in my opinion. Excellent. We'll take a look at them. Apologies, Matic on Coinbase custody. Right. Crypto Knowledge Alliance. I'm currently 106% profit on an ETH long. Brilliant. Crypto Knowledge Alliance. Yep. G-Slick is in the house. Welcome to you. Much data, Wabi and Engine Coin. Please, Steve. I think they're definitely brilliant ones for the future, but we'll take a look at the charts as well. Okay, some news headlines. What time are we on? We've got plenty of time. Loads of time. Okay, thanks to Mike, one of our Brown admins as well, for providing a couple of news stories here. So it's Bitcoin just surpassed 9,000. It means a full-blown crypto rally is just beginning. So this is from newsbtc.com. Crypto indicators flip bullish across the board. Indicators all over the crypto market have recently flipped bullish, implying another leg higher is imminent. So Adaptive Capital's Murad, formerly of Goldman Sachs, recently wrote on Twitter that bears are deluded at best, dishonest at worst. I don't know why I get dishonest. Drawing attention to the below chart, which shows that BTC has crossed above a number of key moving averages. These are including, but not limited to, the 128-day simple moving average, 200-day exponential moving average, and 50-week SMA and 100-week SMA. So there's so many moving averages. Look at this. So many moving averages. This is what makes it, or makes technical analysis look really bad. If you look at this is just ridiculous, isn't it? All these kind of dailies and weeklies, and it's just, I know it's kind of showing that it's kind of crossed a number of key indicators, but this is just ridiculous. This is what makes people turn off from technical analysis, when technical analysis can be really simple. So they're saying the fundamentals are strong as well. Glassnode alert saying BTC mean hash rate, 1-day MA, just reached 1-year high of 100, God knows what that number is. Is that in the trillions? Previous 1-year high of that number was observed on 5th of January 2020. So this is the mean hash rate by hourly. So all the fundamentals are in place, and technical indicators are in place. We've just got one last hurdle, and that's that $9,000, and it's not a technical hurdle. Well, it kind of is a technical hurdle, but it's a psychological barrier as well. Once we get through 9,000, it says here as well, and just seeing that 9,000 psychological and technical resistance on Binance and other top exchanges for the first time in over 2 months. So it is a psychological barrier for Bitcoin to get to that 9,000 level. It's never been there since the 5th of November, since November the 7th or something. So we need to break that, and that will break the 200 SMA as well. Forbes, institutional money has arrived in Bitcoin as Grayscale sees record 600 million inflows. And this is what I was talking about earlier on, just to show that there is kind of irrefutable proof that we have got money coming in from institutions here. So they're talking about the Bitcoin epic rally. Now with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency asset manager Grayscale revealing inflows of 600 million in 2019, more than 2013 through to 2018 combined, institutional money seems to have finally arrived, just as Bitcoin records the strongest start to a new year since 2012. Grayscale has announced it raised 607 million in 2019, with cumulative investment across all its products reaching 1.17 billion. The New York-based digital asset manager, which claims to be the world's largest, saw 193 million invested in its flagship Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, a publicly tradable Bitcoin and cryptocurrency investment vehicle in the last quarter of 2019, its best quarter on record. This is a kind of key thing. Meanwhile, 147 million of the year's investment came from new clients, 24% of the total. So that is kind of proof that we are getting investment from the institutions into kind of Bitcoin. It does show that. So there is institutional money there, and I would imagine if it does climb over 9,000, we're going to start to hear more about it in the news. If it gets over 10,000, we're going to hear more about it, and it could jump up quite quickly to that kind of 14,000 level again, but may come back down as people start taking profits as well. May come back down. This was crypto exchange Binance to partner with Yahoo's Japanese divisions. So Binance eyes crypto expansion in Japan, and it keeps on building. I think Binance is a brilliant token to look at. We're going to look at the charts as well, but I think it's a brilliant opportunity to buy at this price as well at $17. I've been saying it for over a year now. Binance is a $100 coin waiting to happen, and it's going to happen. So according to a company blog post, Z Corporation, a subsidiary of Yahoo Japan, and DAO has begun negotiations with Binance for strategic partnerships in the Japanese market. The significance here is that the two firms are affiliated with Yahoo Japan, which has been far more successful than its US counterpart. And Binance chief executive Changpeng Zhao was quick to point this out. Many non-Japanese may not understand the significance of this. DAO and Z Corp are subsidiaries of Yahoo Japan. YJ has been independent from Yahoo US for a long time and is doing well. It's 40% owned by SoftBank. 48% owned by SoftBank. So this is quite significant for Binance, and I think Binance is still making all the right plays, all the right moves in crypto as well. And I think with that many people onboarded, I think they could do really, really good things as well. And I think $17, we'll look at it just now. In fact, we'll not look at it after, but I think the $17 price point just now is amazing for Binance. And I think it's an amazing opportunity for us to get into it. You could still see a 5x from here. Still number 9, 2.7 billion, $17.94. Still think it's got a long way to go. 5x from here would put it up to kind of 10, 15 billion. So it would overtake XRP and Ethereum, but not Ethereum. But I still think it should be in the 4th spot there. XRP is still going to explode. Ethereum is still going to explode as well. Litecoin is going to get up there. But Binance coin, I feel, is definitely going to be a top 5 coin this year. My opinion. Don't take that as financial advice. Do your own research and all that. Put your big boy pants on, big girl pants on. Right. Coty now provides Binance Chain BEP2 token payment gateway for merchants. So we've spoken about Coty before as being, I think we've said one of those for a Kucoin one. I think I listed it in the Kucoin list as well. I can't remember. If I did, in fact, I'm going to go back and just see if I did. One wee second, because I might be talking mince here. Because I do that much stuff in crypto and kind of look at that much news, I don't know. Said to rise by 100%. 15 crypto projects. I thought done. Bitcoin price under the Trump ban, EU Bitcoin. Oh, there we go. 13 Kucoin gems. So I think I listed them. I'm not going to play it. Hopefully I listed them. Ah, bugger, I didn't. I can't remember the ones I've done. But I think Coty was in there as well. So anyway, Coty, a blockchain-based payment network for merchants and payment service providers. Another organisation announced today it's added a Binance Chain BEP2 based solution and the gateway allows consumers to easily pay with their BEP2 tokens. Solution includes a Pay with BEP2 button that can easily be integrated via widget onto a merchant's website checkout page, and Coty's BEP2 payment infrastructure will enable projects issued on Binance Chain to add a payment utility to the BEP2. So I think that's a good thing. We're looking to onboard merchants, obviously, in the cryptocurrency space. That's what we need. Coty is doing that, and I think Coty just now could be a really good play for the future. We're sitting at 2.36 million market capitalization, 123 Satoshi, but looking good for Coty as well. Really like that project. Bitcoin SV enters top 5 on Pretty Genius Wash Trading Play, claims analyst. So this is claims that Bitcoin SV has been kind of been wash trading. Calvin Ayre, but Vin Armani claims that Calvin Ayre, one of Bitcoin SV's biggest proponents, engineered the pump with a sophisticated wash trading scheme involving Bitcoin Cash mining. So I'm not going to get into the details of it, but if you want to look at that, I'll put a link down below here as well. But the claim was because of wash trading that Bitcoin SV went up. We're at Bitcoin SV just now. Bitcoin SV, and they are still up 9.3%. So to me, the biggest opportunity so far this year has got to be a short on Bitcoin SV. That could be an amazing opportunity, unless it's still kind of going up. Obviously, when you see signals that it's going to come back down, and we'll look at that later, it could be a huge opportunity for a good short there as well. These three things will send Bitcoin above $15,000 in 2020. This is from Ethereum World News, and we'll just go straight to the three things. The same Fundstrat, we looked at that the other day. But the three things I'm mentioning, the primary factors, is the Bitcoin halving, the geopolitical risk. Fundstrat next looked at potential geopolitical risk with the ongoing conflicts between the USA and China, and the US and Iran, and other spats taking place across the globe. So they think geopolitically that Bitcoin could go up as well. People hedging and going into Bitcoin there. 2020's presidential election. Lastly, the firm looked at towards the 2020 elections. This point was not expanded upon, though there are notable a few candidates who are more crypto friendly than others, such as Andrew Yang. So they're saying three things that could drive it up past $15,000 in 2020. I think it's going to get there quite easily, the $15,000, to be honest. I think it'll jump up to about 13,800, come back down, and keep going up as long as it stays on that support line, the long-term support line, I think. Kim.com to BTC maximalist, stupid to ignore Roger Ver and P2P electronic cash innovation. So I don't know if you've seen Kim.com. A lot of us kind of know about Kim.com, and we've seen his channel, and I'm talking, but he sat down with Tone Vase and Willy Woo as well, and just having a kind of game of cards, and they're just talking. So the New Zealand-based Kim.com also referenced previous conversation he and Vase had about another legendary figure, Roger Ver, executive chairman of Bitcoin.com and prominent supporter of Bitcoin Cash. You and Roger have a lot of disagreement about a lot of things, Stockcoin noted of Vase. I met with Roger and I sat down with him and understand where he's coming from. He shared with me some of the innovations that he's working on. I think the guy at the moment, in terms of his way of thinking, is where he is in his innovation is a step ahead. I feel it would be stupid to ignore someone like that helps to use whatever he creates to make the entire space better. Kim.com actually had a good point here. I'm just going to see if I can find it. I should have kind of highlighted this. People into space. So he's come up with really good ideas. He's working on cool stuff in terms of security and privacy. I also agree with the argument not to be successful. You need to provide fast and cheap. There's no way around that space. You need to be internet users. Right. So .com also pointed to how most people believe in the next 5 years, new interest in crypto will boom by double-digit percentages. Where are all these people going? He asked. They don't know anything about the current wars that are taking place just now, which is very true. The current toxicity within the crypto community, they're going to go with the currency that gives them the cheapest fees, the fastest transactions, the most reliability, and currently, unfortunately, that is not BTC. Vase ordered another drink and checked his phone. So this is from Kim.com. Somebody definitely worth paying attention to as well, I think. This this goes to show how America are just kind of, the American government, not America, the people with the American government are so far behind. Nazis are using Bitcoin, US government officials warn. It's just unbelievably ridiculous. And this is Congressman Sherman again, specifically claimed that white supremacists are using Bitcoin, claiming that if it works for Hamas, it will work for the Nazis too. Unbelievable. Brad Sherman's history with crypto, there were numerous US officials who spoke against Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market during the last 7 years. However, Congressman Brad Sherman may be one of the harshest enemies of the cryptocurrency in the country. Sherman continuously repeated his claims that Bitcoin has no other uses but to facilitate nefarious activities. This has been his primary message for years, and even called for a total ban on cryptocurrency. Sherman also appeared on Bloomberg TV last year discussing the dangers of Facebook's Libra as well. And he noted that you can't buy a pack of gum for a Bitcoin, it has to have an off-ramp so that you can then convert it into sovereign currency, claiming that this is where Libra comes in. This is when he was talking about Libra. So this kind of key statement here as well. While the general attitude toward cryptocurrency appears to be changing around the world, the US still stands strong in its decision to try and outlast the storm. It still lacks regulation, and it does not seem to be concerned about losing businesses that are leaving the country in favour of crypto-friendlier environments. This is what the US government is doing for cryptocurrency innovation. You're going to be a third world country. And that's what America is going to be, a third world country when it comes to cryptocurrency innovation. That's where it's going to be in the future, and you're going to be left in the third world. Really, it's going to be a third world country because of this. The regulations are trying to put into place just now. Understandable regulations, but they're just being way too harsh, and they're not looking towards the future, not thinking about the future. It's all about them keeping control. And we talk about China having as much control as possible over the residents. It's the same with US, it's the same with EU as well. They just do it in different ways. It's just dressed up in democracy, just dressed up in different ways. It's exactly the same. China, Asia countries are going to lead the way for cryptocurrency, and is showing more and more and more with kind of funds like this, kind of talking like that as well. It's just unbelievable. But that's my wee rant for today. I've been saying it for ages. The EU, Americas are getting left behind. We need to do something quick. Okay, that is the news. I'll just see if Bitcoin has gone past that 9,000 yet. Nope, 8,923. I thought we might have gone past the 9,000 in this show, but we've not got it yet. Not got it yet. Okay, excuse me. So somebody said, who do you want me to look at? No. So look at BABB as well. I think that was the first one. If I've missed one, just let me know. So I'm going to go to this 4 one, just maximize pain there. Look at the MACD, and we'll look at the volume as well. Just maximize that. Yep. That'll be BTC. Okay, how is that looking just now? So we're on the 4 hourly, not looking good on the 4 hourly, which means it's not going to be looking good on the daily. So we'll go to daily. It didn't bounce from there. That was previously. We're looking at that. Just get rid of these. So I still think BABB is going to do well just now, but we have to put the bases in, put fundamentals in, horizontal line. So I'm going to do probably around about here is going to be the support line. So I did say that it was going to go up, BABB was going to go up, it did go up, and then it came back down again. So we've got another opportunity here. So before I said it was going to go up from 1500, and it did go up to, I said it was going to go up to 3000, but only got up to 2800, so 200 Satoshi off the mark. So I think the same is going to happen again with BABB. Kind of looked at this the other day, and we've got strong support here around about the 1280 level. So we could bounce off that level and kind of bounce back up. And from there up to this kind of 3000 range, which I think is going to do. RSI is low, just crossed over on the MACD. and the volume is just starting to pick up just now as well, so it looks like a good opportunity, but you might want to kind of wait or look at the hourly from here. So once the hourly, the 70 EMA crosses over the 50 EMA, that's when I'd look at the entry point for BABB, but it looks like a good opportunity. Is coming up, it's not quite there yet, but it's coming up for BABB. So fundamentals there look good. Engine coin as well, we'll just look at that. ENJ, BTC, this is a good one for the long term, but we'll just see what's happening short term. Okay, again, fundamentals, we're going to put in strong support there. So we're way off that kind of line from there. So next we're going to go into the fib retracement. And we're kind of at the 86.6% level. Again, I've spoken about that level a couple of times. I've put that myself. I've seen that lots of times. It bounces off there. It kind of bounced off there. And before, we're looking at resistance area at 1,000, around about the 1,000 level for engine coin. For the long term, I think this is good to accumulate it from here. So it looks okay just now. For an entry point, we're probably in the entry point just now, about getting in, but it's come down over the last 4 periods on a 4-hourly chart. So might want to wait to see what's happened in the last hours. Yeah, so you might want to wait until that kind of stabilizes and comes back up again. It's because the Bitcoin price has gone up. Some people are getting out of some coins and going back into Bitcoin, or going into other altcoins as well. RSI looks good at 40. MACD is crossing over on one of the time frames, and volume is coming down. So not an entry point at the moment, but definitely one to keep a close eye on to get an entry point. So it's not one I would say ignore it altogether just now. I would just say look out for that entry point. How much of gas do you think there is in the tank for 0x pump? Bought and pre-pump 0x for a quick profit. 0x. We'll look at, keep going to that chart. Let's go here. So 0x, oop, what happened there? Ah, right. ZRX, BTC. Okay, so it's looking good to continue its rise. From here, we kind of looked at this. I'm probably going to go there for the support level. Around about 2458. This is support level. I think it's just getting started, to be honest. So the bullish indicators here is we're looking for a crossover on the daily, 70 EMA crossing over the 50 EMA, which is bullish. It looks as if we could possibly go up. We'll just kind of look here, maybe another 40%. That's the next major resistance. We've got minor resistance here as well at 3,500. But yeah, it looks good to continue rising. We've still crossed over on the MACD. We've got a low RSI. It's coming up for, no, it's been kind of much higher before. So we have to look at the kind of RSI and see where it's been before. And we have been as high as 85. When was that? Back down here, and it continued rising from there. So yeah, I think you could still see a bigger rise in 0x as well. So I think it could still be a good one to hold on to. Not financial advice, do your own research and all that. Look at the volumes on day. Litecoin total market cap less than 24-hour volume. Derivatives at their worst. Ah, right. One is crypto journey report chart we're looking at that show the long up channel the BTC has been running in. What chart are you looking at that show the long up channel? That is, it'll be the weekly chart, if that's what you're talking about. So if we go to the weekly, we come down here. So this is the weekly chart that I'm looking at, and you can see that long kind of ascending channel. And this is why I don't believe it when people say we're in a bear market. We're not in a bear market. Look at this, we're still in a bull market, very much a bull market. And still, it doesn't look as if it's going stop there at all. And we can compare this, if we look at, I was comparing this as well when I was kind of doing some research. World stock markets, we'll look at the Dow Jones. So they keep on talking about the Bitcoin bubble going to burst. If we look at in fact, we'll go to the monthly. This is a monthly since 1925. We're going back even further, since 1915. When the Dow Jones came all the way down after the crash, obviously, came all the way down to about 39 points, and now it's up to 29,000, nearly hitting the 30,000 level. That, and they talk about Bitcoin being in a bubble, but if you look at this, that is a huge, massive, what is the increase from the bottom there in 1933? You've got a 70,000% increase in the Dow Jones. 70,000. You're going to get ups and downs just like you've had with Bitcoin, but you cannot possibly say Bitcoin is in a bubble just because of the chart and the exponential rise of it, because you've got that with the Dow Jones as well, which is probably more of a bubble than Bitcoin would be if you could class it as that. So we have to think about that as well. And this is going all the way back for 100 years. And it's still rising, still going up. And there's been a few major crashes, but blips on the scale. We can see here back in 2007, 2008, that was a major crash, 14,000 down to 6,000, so 50% loss as well. Major crash here, 2,700 down to 1,600. But overall, if you just kept your money in that, put $1 in, and you got, what was this scale? Can't remember. 60,000. So put $1 in, get $600 back. Put $1,000 in, you get 6 million back. So it's kind of crazy to even that people are even kind of talking about that, or politicians. Politicians, what they're doing, they want to hold on to the power. That's really what they're saying there. We want to hold the power, and this is why we don't want cryptocurrency or Bitcoin to overtake as well. They want to hold the power, and we've got to remember that. Now go back to Binance, go to BTC USD, and this is a monthly for Bitcoin, and we're just getting started. I believe we're just getting started for that. So I hope that helps, Stuart. Collapse the chat and smash those likes. Thanks very much. Crypto Dread, Southside Player, come on, 9k. ETC, please. We'll look at ETC. ETC, BTC. Ethereum Classic. So I've been speaking about this, still going up. Said that 110,000 level. So I was talking about it, when I was kind of breaking out here back in November, and said this could, the first leg could get up to about 75,000 Satoshi, and then onwards and upwards from there, and we're seeing it rise even above here. So I'm expecting a kind of little pullback from, we're seeing that just now, around about 1.16 million. It's kind of pulling back from there and probably going back up again. RSI is kind of overbought at the moment. So we're looking at an overbought scenario on the RSI. So can expect a little pullback from here. I would imagine we've had a good run up if you're in it, but I still think it's going to go higher than this in the future as well. But a lot of traders will be looking at the RSI as well, just saying, okay, time for a little pullback here. Where are we? Litecoin will lead. We'll look at Litecoin as well. LTC, BTC have been kind of extolling the virtues of Litecoin as well. Let's get rid of these. Post that one out. And that was a breaking out of that triangle. It broke out and then came back down when Bitcoin came down. So we're breaking out just now. It looks good on the daily. It looks good for a good rise up. It looks good on the MACD. It's getting into overbought territory, but I still think we've got a wee bit to go before it's really kind of overbought. So your next level, you're talking about 770,000 for Litecoin, and maybe a wee kind of bounce back from there. So just do it again, do the fundamentals. So putting a support in there. Next resistance, next major resistance, probably going to be around about there. So we've got a 13% rise for Litecoin coming up before it hits resistance, come back down a wee bit, then shoot past that to the next resistance area, which is coming up for that million Satoshi mark. That's going to be a psychological barrier, so I'm going to put that up to the million Satoshi level. So these are the barriers just now. I think it'll reach there quite quickly. I know you're talking about Litecoin, probably USD, but that's purely because of, not purely, but a lot is to do with just the Bitcoin price going up. So we're up to $60 just now, and I'm saying up to here, $93. We could get up to it, and I still think we're going to go past $100 again. And I spoke about this last year when it crossed over at $34, and I said it was going to go up to $100, and it did. It went up 200%. The same is going to happen again this year for Litecoin. We're at the kind of bottom of a cup and handle kind of formation. We're starting to move up to this level again, up to the $140 level. But I think this is going to hit $100 quite easily this year. Natasha Sakamoto, off the top of your head, any interesting coins coming off all-time low and good to jump in soon? Now, thank you. Off the top of my head, what are we looking at? RLC I've kind of done already. That was at 5,000 odds. I was looking at RL. So Wabi is a good one. We just looked at Wabi as well. Wabi could be a good one for longer term as well to jump into. Looking at ERD, I think the IEOs are going to come back up. So ERD might be good. Hot, one last chance. If you can get in for 8 Satoshi, it'll be one last chance before it gets put into that basket. If it doesn't do anything from here on this kind of bull run, then it's just going into the basket of never to be traded again. It might still go up. I'm not saying it's not going to work, but it's just one of those ones we just don't understand why. And it goes into that kind of triangle, kind of Bermuda triangle of coins that we just don't understand why it's not moving, because it's got a good product, good team, good things, it's got money coming in, and just don't understand why it's not going up. So I think it's going to go into that basket. So, but one last opportunity possibly for Waltonchain as well. DAG, I think, could be a good one if you're on Kucoin. DAG could be a brilliant one to get into, actually. Don't know where DAG is just now. Where are we with DAG? We've been seeing that for a couple of days. 114. So even better. 114 with DAG. But it's coming up for a swap on the 27th. So you might want to wait to see what happens on the 27th. Or you might want to try and get in early before the swap on the 27th for the mainnet. So we need to wait and see what happens there. So there's quite a few actually. There's quite a few. What was the other ones I was looking at as well for myself? I like XMR. I'm in XMR just now, but I'm not saying that just because I'm in it. But I do like XMR as well. Just see where XMR is. I think that's going to follow the likes of Dash and kind of Ethereum coming up. Ethereum would be a good one to get into as well. XMR BTC. I think that's going to have a revival. So it's at 746,000 Satoshi just now. Crossed over on the daily, it's crossing back up over on the MACD. RSI is not that bad at 57. Volume is picking up as well, which is good to see. It's coming up off its all-time low. So I think this could be one that could pump quite big. So if you see there, I'm kind of push it up there, and that's the base line for it. I'm going to say the next level, it's kind of cutting through the next level already. It's kind of hit that and come back down. So I think it's going to pass 800,000, 850,000. Yeah, I think the million Satoshi mark is going to come as well for Monero. So Monero could be a really good one coming off its bottom as well. I hope that helps. BCH far superior to BTC in every level, apart from sentiment and the perception of Bitcoin Cash as well. So if it can overcome that, it could well do. As I said, I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist. I'd rather go for Bitcoin, but because Bitcoin is seen as king, and I think it will be seen as king for a long, long time, if they can fix the problems with Bitcoin, i.e. speed and the number of transactions, etc., I think it could be Definitely one just to stay in. But Bitcoin Cash as well, I'm not, but I kind of am against it, I have to admit. But that's my own biases there as well. But we still have to recognise that it could be good as well. Kundalini dollar is the most widely used currency with criminals all over the world with what full? Yeah, exactly. Unbelievable. Russia and Waves will be big. Waves is going to be big as well, yep. Paul Van Gosman is in the house. Welcome to you. Support the channel, saying hit the likes, guys. Thanks very much, Paul. Kundalini, let's get stable to the 10k subs. I've been down at these subs for ages. I don't know how long I've been down here, but I've just got stats here because I've signed up for YouTube Buddy. Just go to the channel. It's been sitting at this level for absolute ages, and I think it's because I do the hour-long show. A lot of people don't like it. 3.76k subscribers have been there for absolute donkeys. So 511 videos I've done on this channel. But that's cool. There must be something that I'm not doing. I can't figure out what it is. Apart from the hour-long show. I think that's the only thing that I can think why it's not grown at all. When I see the others growing as well, doing really, really well, and they're all doing 10-15 minutes videos, so that's the only thing I can think of, if I'm being honest. And a lot of people said, Steve, you need to do 50-minute videos instead of this hour-long one. I still like this format. Where else are we? Goddyboy, accept market share dominance among others. Yeah, of course, obviously that. Watching Voyager. Voyager looks good actually as well. When we all collect from crypto, I'm going to buy Steve 10 female robots, making him the Hugh Hefner of crypto. I'm fine as I am just now. Thanks very much. ETH1. That means BTC is never down. That means BTC has never down. What does that mean? Donny Don Matthew, I'm on the fence about NEO. All the projects on NEO is in the gutter. See my NEO tracker wallet. It bleeds to see the coins on there, which have played out. I think NEO this year is going to come. It's going to be a big revival for NEO this year as well, especially with China coming more and more into play. I think NEO is going to be kind of up there as well. Admittedly, there's probably better ones out there to go into, but NEO I think could surprise everybody. Natasha Sakamoto, Dow chart, don't forget purchasing power decline in dollars in 90 years. Line is much less steep then. Of course you have to look at that. You've got to look at the kind of inflation rates as well over that. If you kind of factored that into the chart as well, I'm sure it wouldn't be as steep, but still steep. Paul Van Gosman, good to see green today. It is indeed. Keg is in house, welcome to you. Good to see you here. Okay, we'll go to Bitcoin chart, see where we are. Where are we? 8,961, not quite there yet. We're getting very close to it. Where's that? At 9,067. But we just want that 9,000 area to cross, not just hit it, we want it to cross. So we'll put that there. What time are we on? 9:30. I don't think it's going to hit in the next couple of minutes. So we'll go to 9,000 here. Whoa. Settings. 9,000. Okay, so that's dead on 9,000. So you can see we've hit that and come back down again, dead on it. 8,963. I just want to push through that. It's going to make a push. It's going to do it today. It has to do it today. It'll just be good to see if I can do it in the next couple of minutes. I don't think it will. But yeah, it still looks good for Bitcoin. And for the short term, all indicators are saying for the short term we are going to push up past that 9,000 and probably go up to the 10,000 level and maybe come down from there before pushing back up. But I do see this happening today, going through the 9,000 level and onwards and upwards from there as well. So hopefully that then would become a support area for Bitcoin. 9,000 would become a support area if we manage to break through it. We're still getting rejected just now, but if we manage to break through today and over the next week, over the weekend as well, if we can use this area as support, then it becomes even stronger for it to go to $10,000. Marcus Jafali, I like the hour-long sessions. Maybe your settings in YouTube for target audience needs changing. Yeah, I've kind of changed that as well. Changed that over the last couple of days. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's the only thing I can figure out. Or it's the kind of Scottish accent. I don't know. Because somebody said last year, I thought you dick when you said it. Somebody said last year, sorry, I don't understand what you're saying. Could you put subtitles on? He said, I thought you were speaking in English. So I thought, you dick. So it could be that, I don't know. Maybe you could edit the hour long in a short best bits each day so people could choose. I've thought about that as well, but there's a lot of work involved in that. So just kind of download the video after it's uploaded, after it's finished, because as soon as this finishes, as soon as the live finishes, the video is not available for downloading until probably another hour after that. So I'd have to wait the hour, download it, edit it into short chunks. But I did think about doing that as well. So I could have a news section and then have a section where I'm just looking at the kind of charts as well for you guys. I like Stephen Cryptocurrency News. Thanks very much, Paul. Marcus Jafali, Tim Gash, that's a good idea. It is a good idea. It just takes a lot of effort and time to do that, but it might be worth trying. I actually might try that, Tim. So any other suggestions, if you're watching this on replay, any other suggestions as to how this channel could be better? I know I've asked a couple of times, but it's just not growing at all, and I just don't understand why it's not growing. So any suggestions are most welcome. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for just now. Whatever you're doing at the weekend, hopefully you have a brilliant weekend, and I will see you on Monday again. I'll look at some of the suggestions as well. Look out if you've got any suggestions, just let me know in the video underneath if you're watching this on replay. But until next time, namaste. And last one out, hit that like button as well, please. Okay, thanks again. Until next time, namaste. Take care. Bye now.